Hey, Rich, welcome to the show.
Hello, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Listen, we love your coverage of all things sports. So it is.
You're being too nice.
No.
So we're a little boxing. We're a little morning series today with Patrick Day.
Yes.
Kid from Freeport, Long Island. There, he's in a coma after the fight Friday night. Finally,
Terrible.
It was gonna happen. So, but anyway, rest in peace, Chan.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So were you? So this is a giant show. We do a Met show too. We cover a plethora of things. But
Talk Mets. I'll give you some scoops.
Scoops. Well, we also have the three of us here on the video are Mets guys, and on the line, Timmy, meet Rich. Rich was out there actually covering the Yankees this week, right, Rich?
Yeah, doing the playoffs, just Yankee stuff. That's all. So I was there last night, and it rained out today, and what can you say? I mean, I'm not a Yankee fan. Everyone knows that, but I try to be objective as I can with it.
Of course.
And they got problems. They stopped hitting. I mean, the Astros are an awesome team, and they have everything for a championship to be there. So, but I still expect this series to go 6-7 games.
Well, two things, right? I think anyway, in I don't know if you agree or not, pitching is always going to be hitting. When you get to the playoffs, you got a better pitching staff. You're probably going to get through.
Especially this time of year. I mean, I talked to the chief scout of the Washington Nationals earlier today, who's from the New York area originally, and we were talking about his team and how well and the momentum they have right now, where they are, and how they turned it around. Because once they got healthy, too, they got the staff, they got the arms to do it this time of year. When you get pitching in October, you're in there. Even as a wild card team, as an outside, this is what's going to happen. With the Astros, of course, they have those big three.
They're rough.
Expecting at times to be not as good as the other two, but look, as a Mets fan, and every Mets fan is going to say the same thing. Why can't we be there with the pitching we have? Well, you know what? And I don't want to hear about Mickey Callaway being the reason or whatever. That's not it. You don't have a consistency with that pitching staff as good as they are. And, of course, you have that bullpen, which was horrendous. That didn't help at all. So that's why the Mets aren't there.
I
still have a migraine from the bullpen.
I think the staff, even though the back end of the rotation was a little sketchy at the end of the year, the bullpen's still a primary reason. I don't think anybody can debate that. I mean, if we had half the games they blew, we'd be.
They blew over 20 games for us.
Yeah, we would have been over 90 wins.
And the Nationals bullpen blew more than them.
Yep.
But the thing is, down the stretch, when he needed it the most, the consistency of the starters wasn't there, except for Jacob deGrom. I know it's Syndergaard did not come up big in some key games down the stretch, guys. You know that.
Yeah.
And that was a major flaw with them. And
good point.
Look, Marcus Stroman was a great pickup, but you know what? What did he do that was really spectacular that Jason Vargas couldn't give you? Jason Vargas would give you 5 innings, maybe 6.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. When your starters aren't consistent as the Mets had, no matter who they got, that's going to happen. And then there were times where the timely hitting wasn't there. You have to question. The stats about Michael Conforto were excellent, but Conforto did not hit consistently, and that hurt them.
That's been his issue all along, though.
I can go on and on about this team, why they are not here in October, these other teams are, because the Mets is definitely that close to being a playoff team in October.
They're right there.
Yeah.
So, and the Nationals remind me a lot of the 2015 Mets, the way they're riding this hot wave. Their front-end pitching is doing really well. We'll see what happens in the playoffs when they run against them.
I hope they get the same results.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'll say
baseball guys, as you know, different from the other sports, because of that guy John Sterling says all the time with the Yankee radio cast, and he says it all the time. You play the game every day. Yeah, you do play the game every day. It's different from the other sport. But the key thing is, when you don't have consistency when you play every day, you're not going to win. And a key part of 2015 was that consistency with the pitching, with the guys coming off the bench, with the starting lineup, including Daniel Murphy. Everybody got to remember, Daniel Murphy carried those Mets in 2015 more than Sensitive did.
It's true.
A lot of credit with Daniel Murphy in the home run ball.
Yeah, lots of it too.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
found himself that series and woke up.
Yeah. I'll say, two things. Stroman didn't. It was nothing special. I think his Mets moment down the stretch was that game in Colorado. And as far as Syndergaard is concerned, my buddy over here, Rodriguez, to my right, he stopped calling him Thor. He's knowing.
I'm not going to call him Thor ever again until he becomes
I don't know how
Thor.
you guys feel about it, but I'm an advocate of trading Noah Syndergaard. Yeah, he's going to lose a norm like that. He can turn it around and be more consistent than he was this year. But you know what? It's time. Noah Syndergaard can get traded. If you can get some value back to rebalance the bullpen, maybe get another an outfielder or something, then do it.
Yeah,
He's not doing the job.
No, he's not. And I always say, if it makes us better, that's fine. A lot of the proposals out there last year, I didn't think made us better. But I want to move real quick while we still got you. You said you had some scoop, but I have a feeling that's around some managerial pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we looking? What's the buzz?
I guess you guys want to know, and I'll give you the buzz. I can tell you guys first, but I haven't tweeted about it, and I haven't talked about, wrote about it yet. But Joe Girardi's very much in this mix. Joe Girardi,
Thank God.
Buck Showalter, and I found that out today. I didn't think Showalter would be, but Girardi, Showalter definitely in the mix here. Eduardo Nunez is in the mix. I hope that doesn't become the guy with no experience. You want an experienced guy now to manage his team.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Well, Girardi.
Joe Girardi would be perfect for the New York Mets.
Manager of the year, World Series winner. I mean, granted, it was with a stacked team of the Yankees. Doesn't matter. He did it. And with a crap team in Florida, he was able to pull up 70-some-odd wins and manager of the year. I mean, the guy, whether he rubs people the wrong way or not, right now we need a winner because the players we have are not going to last forever.
He can be old school, and he can hang out with the young players.
Despite what everyone said and why the Yankees got rid of him, but look, he's not going to have Brody and Wegman control him, and that would be a key part of this. I'm sure that Joe Girardi is not going to let that happen, and if they do decide, and I'm hearing that they're very much high on bringing him in here, depending on what he wants from salary and all that. He's not going to want to be controlled, but Brody's going to want a guy also. That's another fact that he can control because this will be his manager now.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
The other thing is that Joe Girardi was not a bad, you heard all these reports that the Yankees got rid of him because the players did not like him. That is absolute. Can I curse on this show?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Curse away.
That's absolute bullshit. That's what I gotta say. All right?
Yeah.
Because that's not true at all. When you talk to people in baseball, as I do, as much as I do, and when you talk to some of those guys that played for Girardi, and you talk to some of the players that are still there, they love Joe Girardi. And why? Because, the same thing with Mickey Callaway, that he wasn't getting along with his play. Where did they come up with that crap? That's not true. J.D. Davis, Don Smith swear by him. They took it bad that they heard that he got axed. But why? Because you heard these beat writers write, he wasn't relating to the players. He was always in his office. That's a bunch of garbage. So the manager is not supposed to be walking through the clubhouse 24/7.
Right.
Players know the door is open. You can walk in there and talk to him. And Mickey Callaway's door was always open, and I know that because I went in there a few times myself.
Just like Vaughn did in the Cleveland Indians back in the 80s when they tried to release him.
The only flaw with Mickey was, and I wrote when he got canned, is that he had no experience, and that was not the guy I wanted for the team. I wanted to see Chip Hale get the job. But he wanted the job, all right? That's the only flaw. But he grew on the job, and he learned on the job, And it's not all him making those decisions, which fans think it's coming from Callaway making this decision, that decision. One, you rely on your bench coach, Jim Riggleman. Two, you rely on analytics, which this game has become. So it's not all Mickey Callaway's fault.
We nicknamed Riggleman the Grim Reaper.
He needed another year to run out the contract. I really think the Mets blew up the chemistry here, and now to move on, they got to get a guy that has experience and can get along with players, can run a good clubhouse, and that would be Joe Girardi. That's my choice. I hope they make that one.
100% our choice. Also, we don't understand the Beltran talk. We don't get it. You know, he would be another inexperienced guy that we don't need.
Mets fans have to get by that. They have to bypass that. Even myself, 2006. What year was that? I forgot now.
2006.
When with Wainwright in the pitch and the bat on his shoulders, and I'll never forget that. We never will.
Never.
We're never going to forget that. But let's move on for crying out loud. I mean, if the guy knows, he's now got Yankee alliances right now. And wouldn't it be great to see a former Yankee become a Met manager or a former Yankee manager become a Met manager?
And win
shove it right up to them, won't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know? I mean, I'm not a Yankee rooter. I can't stand them. I respect what they do most of the time. But as a loyal Met fan, and it comes out of my writing at times, and it shouldn't, but it does. I mean, I'm tired of this Yankee hierarchy, and I'm tired of that corporate prison here in the Bronx where I live. It's all the corporate prison. That's what it is. You ask Yankee fans about this. They go to Citi Field and say, wow, I wish we had this ballpark.
Wait, hold on, Rich. We got Tim on the line who's a Yankee fan. Tim, is that true? Do you go to Citi Field and wish you had that ballpark? Tim zoned out. Sorry, Rich.
Maybe he didn't want to answer.
But yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with what you're saying. Yeah.
That's a corporate prison. I'm tired of them wanting to always be the top team in the house. I respect the fact they want to win. That's your intent by every team. Every owner should have that attitude. Spend the money as they've done, and have the right personnel. But you see, the reason why the Yankees are in this every year is because they have Brian Cashman who knows the game. I think he's a little overrated, but he knows the game. But the reason is they have the resources. They have the money to go out to hire the best.
Yeah. This is the same organization that broke down in baseball's balls because of a mullet.
To do it. The Mets, we don't know what the Mets' financial capabilities are. We know they're better off than they were.
Yep.
But we don't know. They have no way have the resource of money to spend on top talent like the Yankees have. And every team in baseball wish they had what the Yankees had. But it's because they get it, and it's because Major League Baseball allows it.
Yeah.
Fans don't see the inside of this game. They don't see what goes on behind the scenes. All right? They just think you get it, they go and they can get what they want, but they do because they have the resources to do it, and Major League Baseball allows it. I'm not saying there's any illegal things going on with this, suspicious activity. Just saying that Major League Baseball loves that. They're the team in baseball. They're supposedly the ultimate franchise in all of sport.
They're polarizing.
Bullshit.
Yeah, and they're nationally polarizing according to Major League Baseball.
We as taxpayers are paying for that corporate prison on 161st Street. All right? And why do we as media guys have to spend $13 for a meal, okay, every time we go there? And
really?
Why do we as media people have to spend $45 to park a car in their garages?
Wow.
All right? Here's an example of it. And for the playoffs, it's $55. And then if you want to park your car on the street, you got to be lucky. And listen, I'm a Bronx guy all my life, and I love this borough. But let's face it, it's not safe.
Yeah.
If you're going to park your car on the street in the vicinity of Yankee Stadium, when you come out of the ballpark, you don't know if you're going to have a car anymore.
It's true.
Or wheels,
Yeah, because you'd have to park well up the block. I mean, there's not going to be anything.
And how much is a cup of popcorn there? $10? and they won't let you bring your own popcorn in the ballpark.
And the hot dogs are cold. Last time I remember, the hot dogs were cold. You went to get a dog, and it's like, okay, I just spent $7 on this dog, and it's freaking cold.
That's why I never go there.
Yankee propaganda, and they win every year. And That's not just for the game. Same teams in the playoffs every year. But you know what? In this decade, how many times have the Yankees won a division compared to the Mets? Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right? The
One
Mets
and one, right?
How many? They won, I say,
Or 2-1.
the Mets, they've won more division titles in this decade than the Yankees have. Am I right or am I wrong?
I think Mets won one division title this decade, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And Yankees,
Yeah.
what?
All right? But the Yankees'
One.
ultimate goal is always to get to the top and be the world champion every year. And how many times have they been in the World Series since the last one, 2009? Once. Okay? So they can spend all the money they want, have all the fun they want this week. This series is going to go maybe 6 games, could go 7 down in Houston, but they're not going to go to the World Series.
And yet, proclamation. And Rich,
And you will see a good pitching World Series, all right?
Yeah.
Between the Astros and the Nationals.
That'll
You're
be
going to have
nice.
top pitchers in the game with those two teams. And yeah,
And
they
let's go
changed the
Astros.
baseball again, too. You're hearing they haven't done that? Yeah. They went back to the old baseball again, which is, you can't explain that.
I heard that today.
Why did you do that?
I heard it today, actually. I was listening to the Bill Simmons show.
They went back to the baseball that was giving you the home run ball and record numbers this season. They went back to the old ones. That's why you're not getting a home run ball in the postseason.
They won
from
7
the Yankees.
games.
Yeah. That's why, what's his name, hit one to the wall
They
yesterday.
did that, guys.
Yep.
And that's criminal.
Is that a
I
proven
heard
fact?
today on Talk Radio.
Yeah.
That's criminal, and I absolutely I believe that.
Absolutely.
It's criminal.
I know it's a proven
Yeah.
fact that the ball changes here, but is it proved that they did prove it that the ball went back to last year's
Yeah.
ball? They did, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
I held baseball from last year, the one they were using this season. There's a total difference on the seaming of the ball.
Yeah, Thor was pissed off about that. Remember?
I talked to some
But Thor's full of
Major
excuses.
League pitchers that I know very well, and I'll tell you too, like Gio Gonzalez, Sergio Romo, just a few who told me there's a difference in the baseball.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 of them in my hand. And some of the pitching struggles from some of these guys stems from that. And that's wrong. It's definitely wrong. If Major League Baseball will not admit this because there's a lot of money involved.
They can also
They
cause
own the
injuries in the
company-
pitch, I would
They
imagine.
own the company in Costa Rica that made the new baseball. Did you guys know that?
Yes, I did know that.
All right?
Yeah.
And they're not going to go out there and say, we own the company that made this new baseball for us. They did that
Wow.
purposely so they can get home runs in the game because that's what they want. That's what the fans want to see, home runs. I don't want to see home runs. I want to see baseball.
And no offense to Costa Rica, beautiful country, Pura Vida, I think is it. But I mean, if baseball should be giving Americans jobs, right? Having the baseballs made here, why not? Why are they outsourcing that?
So, but
Yeah.
this multi-billion-dollar industry of Major League Baseball is ripping off the fans every day. All right, and they are in bed with the owners that have the money, and that's the New York Yankees. Definitely. Now,
Are they
the
sleeping in
Wolfpack
bed
play
together, or
that
are they just
game.
cuddling?
The Wolfpack don't play that game. So that's why Mets fans have to understand this. The Mets are doing it the right way, even though they don't have the resources. And they didn't have the right manager in place, so we grew with the job. As I said, Mickey needed that final year. Would have been ideal to
I tell you
keep him
that.
one more year and then make a decision. But you don't get rid of him with 1 year left on a contract. The way he turned around. That team turns it around because of Mickey Callaway, and every player will tell you that on that roster.
So we had a conversation after they released him here on the show, and I think, except for maybe Faraci, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Rodriguez and I were, and correct me if I'm wrong too, but for myself, I can speak for indifferent. I didn't want him to go, but I understood why he went. I wasn't mad, but I wasn't happy. You know, I was like, okay, you know, to me, as long as you put somebody in like a Girardi, okay. You know, if you're removing him to take that next step up drastically, okay. If you're removing him to pull in Beltran, I'm going to be a little pissed off as a Met fan.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
you're just going parallel at best. At best. And not that Mickey was
Or a
bad,
step back.
or a step back. Not right. That's why at best.
Right.
And not that Mickey was bad, but now that you released him, now you need to have to tie down Girardi or even Buck Showalter, which I'm not really big on.
Do or die. With
It's,
either one of
you
those
have
guys.
to get them, right? So
Otherwise,
I guess
the
I have
move
a
means
question,
nothing.
Rich, and how you feel about it is, all things being equal between the Cubs and the Mets, if the offer's on the table, same exact offer, do you think Girardi weighs with his heart? And if so, which way does he go, Mets or Cubs?
Well, I know that he loves New York, and that he knows the inner workings of the Mets organization, and he has a pretty good rapport with the management and the hierarchy of the Mets. I know he's good with Omar Minaya and a lot of statements, and you know he's been around. He was around City Two a lot this season with his MLB Network
Fox stuff.
broadcast
Yep.
teams, but he knows a lot about the team more than you and I would know, and a lot of other people. I mean, he's very knowledgeable.
Oh, sure. I heard he's doing his homework too.
He has said in a roundabout way that I would love to be the manager of this team. And if you listen to him on the broadcast that he did, when he did Met games, you could hear those hints. He was giving those vibes that this is a team that I can manage and I can do well with.
For sure.
And he's right. And he knows the New York market, which makes a lot of sense.
For Met fan to Met fan, we can cliff dive with feelings and emotions, so I'm trying to be indifferent and not get too happy about those comments that he's making. But yes, I heard them too, Rich, and from your lips and his lips to God's ears, bring him to the Mets. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's in that corner. I think he has the interview set up, another one coming up. I think he's already been interviewed. You already talked with him already, and it's going to be official this week where he meets with them again by the end of the week. And I know the Mets are coming to a conclusion on this, and they want to do it as soon as possible. I think the way I heard today, to my understanding, it was this gap between the championship series into the World Series, that they could do it before that, because MLB doesn't want teams making managerial moves during the World Series. They want that to strictly be about the teams in the World Series.
Yeah.
And that's it.
No distractions.
The Mets could have a decision on this by early next week. And if not, it'll drag another week, and maybe by November 1st we'll know. But I'm hoping it's Joe Girardi.
Hey, Rich, we got to get back to Giant talk because I think all of our Giant fans jumped off. But
Yeah,
we can clip this and put it on our Mets page.
I'm a baseball boxing guy, so I follow all sports. It's just that I write more about baseball and boxing. But yeah, I mean, I wish Giant fans well. I like that team, and I look forward to this Sunday. In fact, I'm going out there because they're playing my Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, I was just about to ask. Okay, all right. Who you got?
Man, I never say my about the team that I root for because I don't own the team. So I don't say my Mets, my Mets, whatever.
You're emotionally invested.
Arizona Cardinals because we have Chase Edmonds on that team now too. The New York plays for me. I watched him play for University.
Yeah.
Good luck Sunday. I think the Cardinals have some momentum. They might win that game.
I think so. Yeah, they won a couple in a row.
Anytime you want me, just send me a message. I'll come on. All right?
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Rich.
And when the Mets decide on their manager, maybe we'll pull you in. We'll have another chat about that. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Rich.
I'll send you a note. You'll get my scoop over everyone else.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
That's great.
Thanks so much.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Rich.
Great chatting with you, Rich. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Rich.
Take it easy.
care.
Bye.